Hey, when's the last time you met a masseuse? For me, it was about 6 months ago. I met a masseuse at a rooftop bar, and she was introduced to me as a masseuse. Like, this is whatever the fuck her name was. I gotta be honest with you. If you introduce me to anybody, or if you just walk up to me and tell me your fucking name, I'm not going to remember it. And it's twofold. Partially, I don't give a shit. Like, hey, this is Tim. Fuck you, Tim. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking remember you, and I might not ever have to talk to you again. So I'm not gonna fucking take the time and effort to put your name in my head and categorize it. And number two, I always figure, like, if it's somebody that I'm gonna see again, like, the name might come up again. If I'm gonna see them around, I'll figure out a way to, like, ask somebody else, or, you know, I'll figure it out. If I meet somebody and you tell me your name, I mean, I introduce myself too, like, hey, I'm Chris. I just don't expect you to remember it. And I'm not going to get offended if you don't. But this person was introduced me as, like, hey, this is some fucking lady. And I thought, I don't give a shit. Hi. And then they were like, and she's a masseuse. And then I'm like, oh, okay, good. And I didn't know, like, is that like an opening to, like, talk about it? Do we have to talk about you being a masseuse now? Because I don't give a shit about you being a masseuse, but I also don't want to tell you about me because I don't really want to talk to you. But now it's like a three-way conversation. The person that introduced me is talking about you, and now you're expected to follow up with it, and I'm expected to listen. And she went on a little bit about her fucking, you know, masseuse background and all this bullshit. And then I did what I usually do in those situations. I check for a fucking ring. Not because I'm interested in this person, but because I gotta know that they're probably not gonna be interested in me. That's what I'm looking for these days. Like, oh, there's somebody, she might be close to my age, this person wants to fucking introduce me to him. Is there a fucking ring on her finger? Ah, there is! I can fucking relax, because she doesn't give a shit about me. And if she does, she's a fucking scumbag, and that's reason enough not to want to get involved in a fucking relationship with that person. So that's what I look for. I look for rings these days. If you got a fucking ring on your finger, then I know I can talk to you without worrying about potentially you wanting to date or somebody wanting me to date you, because I'm not fucking doing it. So I figured it was safe. So I started listening to the massage stories. I don't know how the fuck anybody gets into the business of massage. And I gotta be honest, I don't know why anybody likes a fucking massage. I do not want to be fucking touched. I'm not a touchy guy. I'll give you the fist pound, and that's usually where I draw the fucking line. Now, I was married, and I was in a relationship for 14 and a half years. So you might be wondering, were you like a touchy guy in the relationship? I don't know. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know. My wife was touchier than I was. So there were a lot of hugs and shit, and I was always cool with it. Like, I'm cool with it, like, if I'm with you. You know, the fucking hand on the arm, arms locked, you know, maybe, you know, holding hands. You don't want to go too fucking crazy, especially out in public, because I don't want to be that douchey couple. Touching in that situation's fine. But, like, just normal touching, like one of my bosses at work, not my current boss, but BB's a toucher. That motherfucker goes down the line, bangs you on the goddamn back, and you'll shake your fucking shoulders. It's always a little bit jarring. I guess what we're doing. This is the basis of our relationship. I guess it is. And this is just normal touching. This isn't even like massage touching. I don't want anybody fucking like grabbing my fucking shoulders and rubbing my back and shit. Like, don't fucking touch me. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't even like that. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even like that when I was married. Like, one time, like, my shoulders were all fucked up, and my ex started, like, you know, trying to, like, work the kinks. I'm like, get the fuck off of me, god damn it. It's not helping, and it's making me anxious. What is it when, like, nobody wants to be touched? That's got to be, like, a fucking deep-seated parenting thing, right? Like, I wasn't really close with my parents. I can't remember the last fucking time I hugged either one of my parents. Like, it just doesn't happen. It's not something that ever fucking happens. And now, like, if it happened now, I'd be like, whoa, Ma, get the fuck out of here. We got a fucking, how old am I? 35? We got a fucking, you know, 30-year no-hug streak rolling here. I'm not fucking breaking it for this awkward shit. My dad was always Mr. Macho, so he didn't fucking hug anybody. Like, it was unmanly. Don't give me a hug, son. That's not what men do. Well, what do men do? Dumb bullshit. But anyway, back to the massage. I'm just weirded out by it. And some of the massages, like the fucking Scarecrow at the radio station was telling me about some of his massages that he got. And, like, you know, the old happy ending afterwards. You get a massage and they fucking jerk you off afterwards. He's like, yeah, you know, some of the ones, yeah, they would do it for you, but not all of them. I don't always allow it. Oh, you don't always allow it? Oh, okay. You don't let them the honor of touching your fucking dick. Jesus Christ. You're stripping down naked in a fucking office, and you're, like, laying on a fucking table, and somebody that you don't even know is, like, rubbing all over you. And then they just roll you over and start grabbing your dick. That's the creepiest fucking thing in the world to me. I don't understand that. Hey, man, you seem trustworthy and honest in this fucking massage parlor in this strip mall. Why don't you just grab my dick next? I don't want you touching my back. Stay away from the balls. You know what I mean? How did that even start being part of like the massage business, the jerk off? And is there a female equivalent of that? I mean, you hear dudes talk about it all the time. The fucking happy ending for the dude. Like, what do the ladies get? Are there fucking happy ending massages for ladies? I don't know. And I don't even really know if I want the answer, but I guess I'm asking it either way. But it creeps me the fuck out. Massages creep me the fuck out. Well, I'm going to bounce, but I'll be back either Sunday or Wednesday. So figure out what day it is now. Look at the fucking calendar. And then the next Sunday or Wednesday is when the new episode's coming out. I'm on Podbean. Website or app. That's the hub. That's the host of the podcast. But I'm on Apple Podcasts and Google Play too. I'm on Facebook. You can follow the podcast right in my timeline. I'm on Twitter at Johnson Hates You if you want to tweet back and forth. Or my favorite social media site, Instagram. Because I can just put up pictures of me and videos of me, and I can't get enough of me. And I want you to be able to not get enough of me. Is that right grammatically? I'm not sure. But that's at maybe 5 minutes.